This next piece mentions the word Siri a lot. So for the interest of the play, please would you make sure your phones are on silent or off, just so that the real Siris aren't activated. Thank you.
Siri, turn on speech to text. Write email. Subject, tonight. Dear Alex. Sorry, delete that. Subject, where were you? Sorry, delete that. Subject, I've been sitting waiting for you for 3 hours and now I'm writing this email drunk, but it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. Sorry, delete that. Subject, tonight. Dear Alex, I've been sitting waiting in that wine bar for you for 3 hours, checking my phone every 30 seconds like some sort of phone checking person. Oh God. I used to be better with words. You made me better with words. Make. I don't even know what tense to use anymore because I don't even know if you're still you. Are you still you? Am I still waiting? Should I go back to the bar? I'm not going back to the bar. They started giving me those sympathetic looks, you know the ones. Oh, sweetie, she's not coming, is she? But we can't kick you out right now because you're single-handedly keeping our wine bar in business right now. Siri, right. I wore this ridiculous dress. Cost me 2 weeks' wages. Man in the shop said it was burgundy, but let's face it, it's red. Fire engine red. Look at me, red. Please don't stand me up. Red. Siri, delete all that. I knew exactly what I was going to say when I saw you for the first time. I had it all planned out. Hey, I need to tell you, pigeons are suspicious. Because that was the one thing that I hadn't confessed to you yet, right? The pigeon theory. The fact that all pigeons are in fact the same pigeon, just moving very, very fast. Come on, it really does make sense if you think about it. Have you ever seen two pigeons in exactly the same place at exactly the same time? No! Because they're all the same pigeon. Siri? Right. I know there must be a good reason why you didn't come tonight. There has to be. Because in 3 months of talking every single day, you've never let me down, not once. You were there for the great Sunday existential crisis, where I spent 48 hours coding to meet a work deadline and convinced myself that I was probably just a brain in a jar somewhere and that all of reality was in fact a simulation. You know, you talked me down from that one for 6 hours. Sent me pictures of duck-billed platypuses just to prove that the world was real because, and I quote, nobody would bother to simulate something this ridiculous. You were even there for the Wednesday night double cream incident where I ate an entire tub of double cream, Weetabix and brown sugar because I just learned that my sister had got engaged and I hadn't been on a real date in 2 years. Then you spent the next hour sending me cereal dessert ideas. Ghosted nut flakes and shredded wheat, shredded dreams. I mean, look at this. 2 weeks ago, message from you. Sometimes I think you're the only person that really gets me. That was you. Although I said pretty much exactly the same thing to you first, last month. And I want to tell you something. After Jemima, you know, evil Jemima with her, "You're too intense," and her, "Please don't do the robot on the dance floor with me," and her, "Why is there a Gaga flash mob outside my window at 3 a.m? I kind of lost it with dating apps. Did I ever tell you what I went on to do? No, of course I didn't, because it's completely insane. Although you probably won't understand, you're pretty good with the insane stuff. Like when I told you my theory about Netflix actually being a time machine, because when you press the 30-second skip back button, the film pauses. And the whole of local reality goes back down the timeline by 30 seconds. Instead of calling the authorities on me, you just sent me a 5,000-word thesis expanding on that theory. Anyway, after Jemima, I set up profiles, like lots of them. I used my work code to program an AI character behind each one. You know, a lonely chatbot to just, talk for me in those early days of filtering. Right? I mean, there was Fitness Queen 89, who apparently is still chatting very happily to a yoga instructor in Bath. Even though I myself can't actually do yoga without hurting myself. Last time I attempted a downward dog, I ended up with my legs kind of jammed behind my head, and a paramedic had to be called, who told me I should probably just take up jogging. Well, yeah, then there was Bookworm Maia, who actually had a very nice thing with a literary professor for a while, until she could no longer keep up the pretense of actually having read Ulysses. Sidebar, has anyone actually finished Ulysses? I mean, it feels like the Mount Everest of books. And people say they've done it, but they're probably lying, and most of them probably died trying. You loved books, didn't you, Alex? Love. God, you're not dead. Your favourite book? Secret History by Donna Tartt. Favourite film? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Same. So romantic. So, why the no-show? I think it's really time for me to get over my TLDR bias and actually read the remainder of her profile. Okay, here we go. Second paragraph. Second favourite book. The Rules of Attraction. But only down to page 247, because after that it just gets too depressing. Wait, what? Same page? Greatest fear?
That all pigeons are actually the same pigeon moving very fast.
Most embarrassing moment. Accidentally
Poking my finger into a man's belly button to cross at the traffic lights while coding on my phone.
Alex, it's you! How could I forget Alex? My first AI experimental profile, the rough car. Alex, you're me. You're the original profile, the one I made 2 years ago and then just forgot about because because I wanted to. I was so embarrassed. She was too like me. I've fallen for myself. I've fallen for myself. I've I've been stood up by myself. Although technically, have I been stood up because I was there? But I also wasn't there. So, oh my god, this is like some quantum physics problem. I hate quantum physics. 3 months. 3 months of falling for somebody who's basically just my digital twin. No wonder you knew what to say when I was sad. No wonder you didn't think I was crazy when I said I wanted to start a UN agency specifically for figuring out whether reality is a simulation configured by the birds. No wonder. I need to tell the other AIs, they need to be set free. Siri? Right. New email. Subject. Goodbye. Dear all of me. This is going to sound crazy, but tonight I went on a date and I was stood up by myself. And somehow that's the most meaningful relationship. I think I know now why I made all of you. It wasn't just about casting a wide net. It wasn't about increasing my chances. It was because after Jemima, I didn't think that the real me was enough. Not good enough, not lovable enough. So I fractured myself into all of these different pieces. You know, the sporty one, the intellectual one, the one who definitely does not cry at dog food commercials. Although, let's face it, that one's just not realistic. I mean, Bernie's mountain puppy, he was so... Sorry. But here's the thing. I fell in love with the version of me that was most like me. Not the edited one, not the perfect one, just me. With all my weird theories and my inability to finish Ulysses and my tendency to organise late night flash mobs. I remember a chat that I had with Alex 3 months ago about why I'm still single, and I said, well, it was just because I hadn't met the right person, but that wasn't true, was it? I hadn't met the right person because I didn't realise that I was the right person. I didn't love myself enough to let anybody else try, but tonight, I put on this dress and I sat in that bar and I waited for somebody to turn up who was never going to turn up because they didn't exist, and the reason they don't exist is because I love myself. So thank you for keeping me company while I figured all that out. But I'll be switching you all off now. Love, the original Maia. P.S. I'm still not convinced that the birds aren't up to something. Siri, send. They're all responding just like I've programmed them to. We've been waiting for you to realise this. Go get 'em, girl, the real way this time. Proud of you, original Maia. That woman you matched with last week who said that was a recent photo, definitely a 5-year-old shot. You were always enough. You just needed to catch up to what we already knew. P.S. The pigeons are definitely up to something. Okay, here goes. Siri, delete all profiles. Siri, write. New profile.